Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
We have the right to do what we're doing. We're not breaking any laws and so on. And in the end, they actually left. I took their business cards. They left. That was on Friday, February 26th. Well, the next Tuesday, we had the licensing officer that had already caused us trouble previously in December show up with a $1,000 ticket.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News here in Calgary, and I'm at New Dimension Tattoos, and I'm here with the owners, Sarah and Peel, and they have quite a story to tell about, I would suggest, my words, not yours, harassment by Alberta Health Services. And I think when we get to it, the story will be that Alberta Health Services is sort of offloading the violation of human rights onto you guys because they don't want to be the ones to do it. Sarah, why don't you give us, I guess, a Coles Notes version of what's been happening to you here?
So basically how it all started is in the lockdown, I guess in the fall it was, I was here all by myself on the premises and doing my paperwork. And as an owner, I have every right to be here. And we had an AHS inspector come in and basically asking questions, whether we are open and whatnot. I said, no, I am the only one here. I am doing my paperwork. He asked me who I am, my name, and whether we're planning on being open. And I basically said that I have every right not to answer his questions. And those are my human rights that I stood kind of behind. And eventually he left, but he told me that he's deeming us open just because I was sitting here and I had my front door open.
But you weren't tattooing anybody.
No, I don't tattoo. I am not a tattoo artist. Nobody was here. I was here all by myself. And I literally showed him. I said, I'm doing the paperwork here and that's all I'm doing. I even pointed to the station, which was empty. There were no inks or anything like that. But because he didn't like my answers, I didn't give him my name. I didn't tell him who I was. That's my right not to do so. And he says, well, I'm deeming you open, and this is what we can do to you. We can take away your license, we can shut you down. And he eventually left. And not to even mention that he was the one who broke social distancing because I was behind the counter, right? So I didn't move, and he came forward to me, and then I received a report saying that I broke the social distancing.
And I think it's pretty serious when a tattoo shop is found to be violating health orders because, your industry, the only way you can survive is if you're adhering to public health orders. But this one is ridiculous because you guys are both medically mask exempt. And so that's where the next level of harassment seems to be coming from.
Yeah, it's just gotten a little bit crazy. We tried desperately to communicate with AHS and explain to them of our exemption. We had a meeting with them on off hours to have this discussion, telling them about our exemption. And it isn't even as though, we're hiding behind or using the exemption. I literally went as far as saying, I have this health condition, which is a heart condition. And
which you don't have to do.
Which I don't have to explain. But again, I'm trying to be a human. I'm trying to talk to other humans, saying that everything we do is on the up and up. That same day they came in, they did a general inspection. All of our pigments are up to date. All of our pigments are up to date. We've never failed. We've never had a blemish on our record in 30 years that I've been doing this. And now they're coming out saying, well, we understand you have an exemption, but it doesn't work for us. So if I don't get to use that exemption for myself, does that mean I just have to close my doors? Because according to them, I can't tattoo anymore. Just plain and simple.
And it isn't a surprise to your customers when they come in to find out that you will be tattooing without a mask. You let them know beforehand, right?
Yeah, so when they come in, I don't know if you saw the sign on the front. I believe you did. So we do not force anybody to do anything. It's their human right to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. We are definitely pro-choice. We also reserve the right to have the same. We do have exemptions, but at the same time, we have to respect our own human rights as well as theirs. When a customer comes in here, they wear masks anyways, and they make that decision. They also ask us, what they need to do when they're here at any booking time, which is before the appointment, because we have several forms that they have to go through before we even tattoo them. At booking time, we have a form that they need to sign that notifies them of us having exemptions and the tattooist not wearing the mask during the procedure. We also have a form right before their procedure that has a special questionnaire asking them the same question and asking whether they're okay with it, and then they have to put their signature on it. So without that, we will not be able to tattoo them, and we're more than happy to refund their deposit or what needs to be done. We can reschedule their appointment for further time in the future, or we definitely allow them to have the mask during the procedure. It is their choice. But we have not tattooed a single person since the first lockdown, so it's been a year now, without their approval of us to tattoo them without a mask.
Now, let's get to what I have in my hand here, and that's a copy of the ticket that you guys received. It's for $1,000, and it is because you failed to permit the health inspectors to come in and inspect you, because I think they wanted to give you mask tickets, but I don't think they thought that they could get away with that.
No, so that was another visit, totally separate incident, which you already know. We talked about that. But that day we had essentially a 5 people deep group coming, three inspectors and 2 police officers. And they told us that they received a complaint from somebody that said we weren't wearing masks. Well, nobody had ever asked us why not, or if we have exemption or whatnot. They just kind of show up and start forcing themselves onto our premises, wanting to walk in, pretty much giving us no options and saying they're investigating. And yet, well, if you're investigating, that's not an inspection, right? And the woman from AHS, she was constantly stepping into the place. And I said, no, we already talked to other inspectors. This is what we need for proof for you to be able to come in. We definitely said, under our human rights, we have the right to do what we're doing. We're not breaking any laws and so on. And in the end, they actually left. I took their business cards. They left. That was on Friday, February 26th. Well, the next Tuesday, we had the licensing officer that had already caused us trouble previously in December show up with a $1,000 ticket.
I don't think that the government should be forcing you to potentially violate the human rights of your customers or your other tattoo artists that work here. And so I know you're thinking about it, but I did make the offer. If you want help fighting this ticket, I promise you, I can put you in touch with one of the very best, most ferocious lawyers in the entire province, Chad Williamson from Williamson Law. And we would do that at no cost to you through fightthefines.com. So I do hope that you do consider that.
We definitely will, and we appreciate it. Yeah, we have a lot on our plate. So you know what? Any kind of help, and definitely Rebel News is doing a great job with that, because I've been following you guys for quite some time. We would definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, well, and we're just feeling so alone. Yeah. And I think in a way this is what's a little bit exciting, and it feels as though we've got a little bit of relief that we are able to speak to you and you're helping out. But I mean, especially as being the smallest business, again, there's 3 of us on the premises at a peak time. We have far less staff or anything than many other businesses. So we truly feel so alone, and even more so because of our information was shared on media through AHS. The amount of bashing we got really made us feel so alone, when all these people on their couches with their keyboards have no idea what's happening, no idea of what we're feeling, what we're going through. That made us feel even more alienated, and it made us lose so much faith in AHS as well, to not even communicate with me, considering we've had an open door policy with AHS since the day I opened. I've got nothing to hide, and yet here I am feeling so alone, even from, again, this corporation that I thought I had a great rapport with. Now where do I go? We need help. We need support. We don't want to feel alone. And we also know we're not the only ones that feel that way right now. And I think that's the other reason of why Sarah was pushing and our clients are pushing, is, again, through, I guess, our story, through our trauma, if we can help someone else to open their eyes, to help them realize that there is forms of help out there, and not just the government saying, oh, we'll put a Band-Aid and maybe send you a couple of dollars. That truly doesn't help anyone, at least in my opinion. So, if our story can help reach another small business to see that there's more to it, and we don't have to be frightened to exist and to have a livelihood.
Well, I think that you two have the potential to be the whistle stop of the tattoo industry, and I'm happy that you've accepted. And I'm happy that you've accepted my offer of help. If anybody at home would like to help donate to cover the cost of the legal fees for Sarah and Peel to fight this ticket in court and to take on, I guess, the full force of AHS and Calgary City bylaw, you can donate today at fightthefines.com. For Rebel News here in Calgary at New Dimension Tattoos, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you've received a lockdown ticket, we don't want you to pay it. We want you to fight it. Plead not guilty and send it to us at fightthefines.com. And if we think your case has merit, we'll put you in touch with a top criminal lawyer to fight your ticket at no cost to you. Again, that website is fightthefines.com.